So, welcome to Super Secret Powers Coaching, and I'm Lindsay Baldessano, your host for today. And we're giving a little bit of a channeled message here and a little bit of a talk about pushing your boundaries so that you can grow. If you are a witchpreneur or a spiritual woman, a healer, a light worker, whatever, who is to looking to begin to rise in her own life and consider whether she wants to be of service to the world, whether that's business or as, some kind of priestess or even a minister, you probably want to hit that like button and maybe even share this out to your friends. And I would appreciate that so much. And it's free for you, and it just gets you notified of when I have new messages and new content to keep you rising, to keep you coming from your beautiful center and learning to just fall into ease in your becoming. So, boundaries. Let me back up today and tell you a little bit about my day first. I have no idea where this week and where the time is going. It's like flying by. And I only want to hope and put faith in the fact that I am doing what I need to do. I mean, it's not that I'm not seeing some results for what I am doing, because of course results are there. Results are, the little immediate things, the confirmations, the reactions, likes, comments, like all of that put together, that at least help you know that you aren't completely like crazy. That at least show you that, Facebook and your social media people are showing your posts to people who are in your audience, which is important. You're working the algorithm a little bit. So I'm not coming from that level of like, I wonder if I'm doing the right things. Am I in the right place? Am I embracing the energy I need to embrace? It's more because I know, at least in this moment, for these last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, probably longer, because this is probably just an extension of what was happening and opening up over May's and early June's eclipse season. What I'm aiming for is so much bigger than where I'm at. And it's creating enough triggery kind of stuff because I'm pushing my boundaries. I'm, choosing to open something up more. That, like, some days I'm like, or some moments even, not just days, more like some moments I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to write. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I can do this next thing. I don't know if I have enough information. I don't know if I'm ready for this. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Well, of course, it's absolute bullshit. It's like my last line of defense here. Because I'm already like moving through money stuff. I've already moved through a shitload of money stuff and pricing stuff in my own system. I'm moving through being able to shine. I'm moving through being able to show up. I'm moving through all of these things. And actually, to be very honest, it feels like I'm remembering how I've already moved through these things, so that like it's all coming together in a different way now. That it's just like, oh, there's that last line of defense. I don't know. Is this it? I don't know. And it's silly. But of course, in those moments, it doesn't feel silly. It feels so absolutely serious. It feels like, gotta do something about that shit. But, when I, sat down to really like look at what's going on inside myself, what's coming up today, and I was doing my journaling before I started any of my channeling stuff today, I was like, huh. And like for the first time ever, I really saw how all those I don't know feelings and all of those I don't know if I'm ready. Like, I don't know. I'm going to put myself into an I don't know state. So, like, the next few things that I have to really work on to make the rest of the plan, follow along. Those first initial steps, like, I'm seeing how this is all because I'm pushing. And not pushing myself in a bad way, not pushing myself in a forced way where like I'm trying to make things happen out of some weird like control mechanism-y thing, defense mechanisms. It's I'm choosing. I am choosing to push myself. I am choosing to grow in this way again. And I am treating those boundaries with a little bit of, gentle care, maybe a little bit more of kid gloves than maybe I should, because it's so clear today. And as I wrote that it was like, this is just me running into that old self limit. This is just me understanding where my current comfort zone ends, and that's it. It doesn't mean my comfort zone can't expand. Of course it means that. I just don't know entirely. At least I'm choosing to believe I don't know entirely what's just beyond that border today. And it's exciting in a way to feel that, to understand that about myself today. Because before I just would have believed that unknowingness, that almost willful unknowingness meant something. That it meant, I wasn't ready to continue. That it meant maybe I was forcing my ego over guidance. But the thing is about guidance, and once you start choosing to consciously grow, once you really make that commitment to become this inner priestess and to do what needs to be done so that you can start, and really embracing, who you've always been, but then letting them lead and, take you into the areas that you maybe should have gone to before, your life was kind of hijacked by societal roles and pressures and obligations and archetypes and all that. Not that they're bad things, because they provided you with experience. They provided you with not just experience, but wisdom. And certainly, of course, the small blessings along the way, the having of the kids and the having of a spouse for a time, so you can see what that's all about and what that is like. It gave you that. So, no looking back like, oh, this is all wasted time. Because it will certainly, and it does, and it certainly is true for me, play into who I am becoming. And that's all fine and dandy. And I really kind of forgot where I was going, because I'm sitting here watching this massive storm come in. And it wasn't even on my radar like an hour ago. And then all of a sudden I started seeing alerts. I'm like, whoa, must have shifted course. It's really quite fierce. But at least I won't have to go out and water the plants in this like 95-degree stupid humidity. Stupid humidity. My body does not like it at 43. I am hoping once I am done shifting with my hormones that calms down a little bit, because staying indoors because my body can't handle the heat and humidity is not good for my body either. Certainly not good for my sinuses, being in the air conditioner all the time. So on that note, I can already feel my guides coming through and wanting to start their channeled message. So let's all take a deep breath here. And let's start coming from this place where our heart and our mind can be open enough to hear whatever words, whatever light language, whatever healing, whatever shift needs to come through in this moment. Hello, this is Mishra Te of the Unknowingness, a soul group dedicated, yes, toward helping people rise, but more specifically, those who are gifted with their multidimensional connection points, and helping them learn about their abilities and gifts and learning to apply it to the world in cases of things like, yes, business, being in service, even authorship or healing sessions. There are so many ways this can be done. And we do not want you to worry so much as you are beginning this journey for yourself of what form it will take. For the form it will take 5-10 years from now is not the form which it needs to take when you are beginning your journey. And as we have been talking to Lindsay today about such things, the form in the beginning needs to begin from this place of excitement and of ease, and of being in this place where you know you can take the next step, even if it feels a little scary. Now, Lindsay is looking at content and developing content to make her channel more fluid and flowing. And in this next step, as she is considering it, she chooses to remain in an unknowingness. But that is a mask. It is a way of her keeping herself from taking that next step. But the one thing that Lindsay has going for her in this is that she is in trust and faith that through her connection, and because she is a channel and she is always channeling something, that the answer will just come forward, kind of sneaking around her consciousness, but she is aware enough in the moment to recognize an idea that she can run with when it comes through her intuition and her energy system. So it is not that you need to be in your mental knowing about all of the answers and how it will come forth and what it will look like and what it will entail. That is not required. What is required is to tend the ideas that do come forth that may have bypassed your conscious mind. And this is by practices like journaling, or even doing a video log, kind of like how Lindsay is doing this, can be a helpful tool in understanding what is coming through. And sometimes you need a week or 2 or 3, maybe month, of watching your writing and of watching your video logs or voice recordings of your stream of consciousness kind of work here, in order to see the theme and pattern. For sometimes when an idea comes through so strongly that you fall in love with it and attach to it, you miss the idea that sometimes these downloads come in pieces, that they come a little bit at a time. So guidance you might get 2 weeks down the road from the point of a revelatory seed dropping of ours might still apply to that initial seed dropping idea download, however you wish to see it, because it is all part of the same package. It is a different aspect of the same idea. Perhaps even a needed pillar or a needed energy signature to be added to the idea that you are tending and that you are beginning to grow and develop within you. So there is no need to feel so rushed to know exactly what you are doing. Now we understand our slower pace of downloads and time spent caring for your seeds, your ideas, your inspirations does not exactly always fill the bank account. If you need that direct have an idea, then launch it, then get money sort of plan for your life. But we open you up, or we would like to the idea that perhaps you are being myopic, very narrow focused on only developing one channel of money, of revenue, of income, when you could be opening your field up to more smaller and quicker ways of getting the money you need, so you feel secure enough to continue to develop a new idea. This can come in many forms: passive products, mini courses, workshops, flash sales. It could come in many forms. It can even come in taking a part-time job that is not so terribly responsible or time-consuming that it takes away from having a few hours a day to develop your idea. Even if you need to take a quote-unquote real job, you still get to pick and choose and be in this space where you get to be in control, at least as much as anybody is ever fully in control, of the environment in which you will be working. And we only ask that you play with these ideas and to be open to all the ways in which money can come to you during that time, so that you have the time and energy and sense of security and well-being to develop something enough to where you can roll with it to where you can begin putting together the things you need in order to do this launch thing, or even simply tuning your audience through content toward the thing you would like to talk about next, and have it be a flowing experience for you. Especially for entrepreneurs, spiritual entrepreneurs at this time, the only long-term commitment we feel you absolutely need to make is that toward developing yourself and whatever that requires in your life. For of course bills need to be paid, and you need to be able to feed yourself and nurture yourself for any of this work to continue to come through. We do not want you to starve or stress or be without conveniences as you see them. For when you put yourself in the state of that sort of survival stress, a distrust can easily form between us and between you and soul. For you feel all of these internal, external, astral helpers aren't fully working for your benefit, because you could not make something happen in such a narrow way in the time frame you needed it to make it. And yes, miracles happen all the time, and the universe does have your back. But you must also respect on some level that all of these workings have their own way and their own timing. And this is not to say that things cannot be somewhat accelerated, though we do not think people should be trying to quantum jump the process, for it does not work in the end. But it takes you feeling secure and ready to trust and ready to have faith and ready to work the idea for any acceleration to occur. And that does not happen most often. It does not happen when you are so stressed out and in so much anxiety that you are trying to always put the cart before the horse, that you are always trying to download the next big product idea, launch, campaign, whatever it is you are trying to download, as one whole piece of your life that doesn't require any further working. And as we have said before, even for us this does not happen, this level of instant manifestation. Even we cannot instantly manifest a business, quote unquote, not just because we don't have bodies or our planet is very different from yours in that sense, but because even we need time to develop and establish the energies needed in order for it to be a thing with a solid energetic signature, something that can be worked into the future and grown. If it does not have that foundation, it cannot grow, even for us. So we ask you only today to stop and consider, where is it that you can give yourself more support, more time, more ease? For we love you, and we want to be in good communication and connection with you as often as we can. For ours is a relationship to be built. And we are really not those silly coin-operated machines, Zoltar, where you put in a coin and we give you a message. We are your friends. We are your family. We are your helpers. We are aspects of yourself. And even our relationship needs time and tending, so the connection can be clear, the communication can be easy, and so that we understand each other and then can grow from there. Just breathe into the easiness of today and find that place where you know you are working toward your bigger goals and your bigger visions and those bigger loves that you have. Even if the only thing you do today is nourish your energy and find different ways in which you can be supported. Thank you for listening, loves. And we are with you. And we ask you and almost beg you to seek your deeper connection. For we want to be as present with you as we can. Blessings and good day. Now, that was something. That went in a way I didn't quite expect, but wow, I can feel that heart connection that Miss Rete, my guide there, so wanted you to feel. And in that light languagey sort of way, I hope that you feel that blessing and that opening. So, what do you think? How did that message affect you? What questions did it bring up for you? All right, well, we are slowly, very slowly, because as you've heard my guide and me talk about, we're slowly building into something new and coming at I'll say healing for simplicity's sake, because it's a lot more than healing. Doing this level of soul work with spiritual and witchy entrepreneurs from a whole other level, from not a level of where you need to fix yourself or where you might have been wrong or where you might need to be corrected, but from this place where we are always just coming back to the biggerness of who we are, our multiplicity, us in communication with our guides and all of our aspects of who we are, past, present, future kind of stuff. That bigness, for it's needed right now on this planet. So please like and follow us. If you want to, interact with me more, you can join the free group Magic Bringers Rising, and look out for my podcast, Rising Magic Bringers, or Magic Bringers Rising podcast as well. And of course, check out my website, supersecretpowers.com. All right, have a great day.